Hope you're doing well today. My name is Daniel Becerra. I am one of your newer staff members here. I lead a few teams, and it's just been a joy to be with Light Life. This is day 6 of our 21-day fast, and today we're doing a devotional titled, Restore Your Past. And we'll be looking at a well-known passage or a well-known verse in the scripture, Joel chapter 2, verse 25. Before we read that verse, I just want to define the word restore for just a quick minute. Perhaps during the pandemic, like many of us, you picked up a new hobby. One of those new hobbies that I picked up was restoring furniture. So I would take an old dresser or nightstand, I would sand it, I would clean it out nicely, and then stain it, put new handles and whatnot. It would look really nice, right? I restore it to a condition that it was meant to be. In a similar way, God takes our past and restores it, only in significantly and greater ways, right? He takes what was lost and restores it for His glory. With that in mind, let me read this passage for us really quick. Joel chapter 2, verse 25. I, God is speaking, will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten, the gray locust and the young locust, the other locusts and the locust swarm. You get the picture, a lot of locusts. My great army that I sent among you. The promise here is, I will repay you for the years. God does something that no one else can do. He will repay for that which was lost, right? We're going to hold on to a promise as we look at 3 brief principles. Principle number 1 is this. Verse 12. We don't have time to read all of it, but look at, if you scroll back for a little bit, you'll read verse 12. Even now, declares the Lord, return to me with all your heart, with fasting and weeping and mourning. This is the first principle when it comes to fasting. Maybe you're feeling, or have you felt, that maybe it's too late to fast. Maybe there's no point to fasting. Right? Why would God hear my prayers anyway? I'm such a sinner. I'm so broken. But God would say, no. Even now. Even after your greatest sin, after our greatest sin, after our greatest mistake, our greatest brokenness, even now, turn to God. Point number 2. When we fast, according to this passage, we are to make our fast count. And here is what I mean by that. Verse 13, it says, rend your heart and not your garments. Return to the Lord your God, for He is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, and abounding in love. Right? Rend your heart, not your garment. In other words, not just the material things, not just Instagram or social media or TV or movies or the Lakers, right? But our hearts. That's what God cares about. Because it is possible to fast and grow resentful. It is possible to fast and grow prideful. It is possible to fast out of fear of not looking spiritual enough. Let us fast unto the Lord, surrendering our hearts. And encouragement number 3, as we fast, it's not like this guarantee if you would, but we can always trust in the character of God. In verses 25 to 27 of this chapter, God says, I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten. But listen to these additional verses, verse 26 and 27. You will have plenty to eat until you're full. You will praise the name of the Lord your God, who has worked wonders for you. Never again will my people be ashamed. Then you will know that I am in Israel. I am the Lord your God, and that there is no other. Never again will my people be shamed. When we fast, we may not always get that thing we're praying for, and I pray that we do. Whether it's reconciliation with a family member, health, a job, financial provision of some sort, we may not always get what we want, but you know what we always get when we fast? More of God. We get to say, God is in my life. God is restoring things. God is doing something great, and that's a promise, and we can count on that. So let us fast unto the Lord, trusting that His character is unchanging, that He can repay those years that were lost, and that we always will get more of Him.